Hey guys, it's Manny here. So 30 days ago, I didn't have anything. I didn't have a brand. I didn't have a product. I didn't have any ads running. But I just wanted to document and show you guys like the real journey of kind of how ecom is in 2026. My goal is to kind of be as transparent, not kind of be, but as be transparent as possible and show you all the different type of numbers and how I actually convert people into, looking at the ad to actually going to the funnel and going onto the sales page and purchasing. So I just wanted to, document my journey. I'm about a month in, 30 days now. So yeah, just a heads up. I'm like 21 years old. I'm not like a multimillionaire from ecom or anything. So just started off 30 days ago. I just wanted to kind of show my progress that I've made from, actually finding the product to actually, doing a full-fledged website to everything like that. So yeah, let's get straight into it. So the numbers. So I just wanted to be, straightforward here because yeah, it's been about 30 days. So my revenue that I've done in 30 days is going to be 2,669 Canadian because I'm in Canada. And I spent around $1,900 in ads, and the ROAS, return on ad spend, is 140. So this is not the best number, but it's not the worst either for your first month because a lot of people, they lose money their first month. It's kind of hard to break even because, you're doing the learning curve, you're doing all that. But luckily I was able to, reach that ROAS, so which is good. And gross sales 3,711. Not bad for the first month. 40 orders in total. Had one chargeback. Sometimes it happens. Everything isn't perfect. But yeah, with the chargeback, the numbers and everything are still the same. And yeah, this is kind of my ads that I've ran. So, you got the 3.98 ROAS, and it kind of goes down because I filtered in my ROAS up here. This is kind of the spend, the clicks, impressions, CTR, which is good. So it's the click-through rate and everything, which is good. So I've run a total of 29 campaigns. 29. So it's a lot of campaigns considering there's 30 days, I believe, in April. So yeah, it's a lot of campaigns there. But eventually, the reason I kept running new campaigns is because I kept trying to test new creatives, which are basically just like the images for the ads. So, I kept testing new creatives, over and over again. And if you're basically spending, because I was spending like 50 a day. So 50 a day, it's going to be kind of hard to, judge an ad for like a day. My problem was that, I'd be spending $50 a day. Sorry, let's choose the right highlighter. $50 a day. And then, I do it for like one day. I let it run for like one day. Look at my beautiful drawings here. Let it run for like one day. And then if there was no purchase, then I would just completely cut the ad. But, if you're spending $50 a day, you want to at least, let your creatives run for at least like 2-3 days to actually get like the proper data that you're looking for, because in one day you're not going to be able to get enough data. That's the thing. In one day running an ad for $50, you are not going to be able to get enough data because essentially what you're doing is you're going to be like, you're kind of buying data, especially if you're just starting off. You want to see like what works and doesn't work. So this is kind of, instead of actually focusing on like purchases, because purchases, I mean, of course purchases are nice, but you want to be like buying like data essentially. So letting that run for like 1 to even 3 days to see if there's any purchases, see your ROAS, if there's any purchases, see your spend, see your CTR, your cost per 1,000 clicks. So things like that are important. Yeah, so I make creatives every single day. So what I kind of run for my Facebook, I'll show you guys how to do like an actual like campaign and stuff later. This is my first video to kind of show you guys that, my 30 days progress for this. Yeah, so I create like new creatives every day. I've been doing a lot of like videos, like via VSL. So essentially just kind of tells you everything about the product and everything. But yeah, I've been doing a lot of those. But the main thing that, if I could go back and start over, what I do completely, I think most of what beginners do is they spend too much time testing like creatives, or sorry, they spend too much time, you know, testing creatives. Yeah, I would say because you want to let them run a little bit too. Of course, you want to test to make sure that the creative is actually good. If it's actually you're getting people going your funnel, your sales page, whatever that is, right? Funnels I'll go down a little bit later in a different video, but this is kind of just where I'm at in like 30 days. Yeah, so if I was to like restart, I'll probably let my creatives run a little bit longer rather than, burning through so many creatives to see if they're because you're one creative away from actually, changing your life, I would say. You're always one creative away. So it's good to, constantly keep testing. I like to do 80-20. So, 80% new, 20% used. So if you're running like 6 creatives, you do like 5 new ones, one proven, one that you have. I haven't really been doing variations or anything like that, but it's a little more advanced stuff. But yeah, I would be focusing on, making good creatives at the start, knowing and understanding what a good creative is. So at first I would like swipe creative. So that's like basically you go on like there's different types of tools, but I use like get hooked. You would go and swipe a creative, that's performing, and then you would change it into your own and things like that. But there's only so far that you can do. Eventually you want to do learn how to, understand what a good creative is and actually, make good creatives. It's kind of what it is. But yeah, overall that's month one. 2,669 revenue, 1,900 in ad spend, 1.4 ROAS. That's yeah. In month two, I'm excited. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you it was a massive success. This was like a start. I went with real numbers in 2026. Especially with AI and everything. I think it's worth more than you know. It's it's worth going through because you know I think this is actually a pretty good start. I'm pretty happy about this because it's only gonna go up from now. Like I'm learning something new every day. I'm gonna be documenting it. I'm learning how to actually make good video creatives, which are honestly, I'd say they're better than images right now. But doing it, learning how to do funnels and all that. But yeah, if you wanna follow along, not just the highlight reels, the actual progress, subscribe because this is just getting started. It's my beginning, so I'm gonna keep going hard at this, keep making content, show you guys what I've been kind of doing to get these results. Of course, they're not crazy results, right? Like, but breaking even your first month and making a little bit of profit is not bad at all. I would say. Not bad at all. But hey, subscribe, comment, like, do all the good stuff. Appreciate you guys for watching. Thanks.